in, everybody. Episode 21 of
Biz
Rizz.
Rizz.
So exciting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Celeste, we got a really cool question coming in from a newly graduated college student, Miss Skylar. Let's hear the question.
Hi, my name is Skylar Gabriel. I just graduated from Sonoma State, and my question is, do you think that it's possible to transfer into the sports industry from a different field?
That's a great question because it's just really general. And I think it's a question that a lot of people have. Skylar, do skills from another job or a college major translate into sports? You want to start, Celeste?
Sure, I'll go for it.
Okay.
I definitely think they do. You have to frame your resume, though, in a way that those skill sets show that they're transferable. I think sometimes, for example, I've had clients who go to school, they get a master's in teaching, and they all of a sudden were like, oh, I want to work in sports. Well, maybe they've done some internships along the way that are transferable to all those skill sets they've learned in sports, such as communications or writing, right? Or maybe that they've edited for fun for their church group. A lot of times people forget those church groups. So, put those in there, like you're directing, some of these churches have these huge,
They do.
shows where there's people directing and lights and all these
Yes.
different things. So think about what you've done, in school or any clubs, any skill sets you have that are transferable. I mean, there's some that are out of the box, right? Like if you haven't done any editing and you plan on going into the industry and editing, that's not going to work. But a lot of them are transferable. I think you just got to learn how to spell it out, though, for the employer.
Yeah,
Amy,
I totally agree. I, unlike you, have not necessarily been touched by divine intervention. So if I don't have the church background, but what I'll say is I think there's a lot of skills that translate across all industries, sports included. And, there's ones that are probably easier to get into. So if you came from a software company and you were in human resources, there's going to be human resources at a Major League Baseball team or an NFL team. So those are fairly easy to transfer in. Then you just learn the lingo of the industry that you're in. Then there's some, like Celeste was mentioning, editing, right? If you don't have any experience in editing and that's what you want to cut sports highlights on ESPN, you're going to have to get a little more creative as to how you can get that skill set. But there are ways to do it, like get yourself Final Cut Pro or take a local class at your JC, or even like in Petaluma, we have Petaluma Community Access. It's a station and they offer classes. And I took a Final Cut Pro class just because I was like, I like editing. Let's see how to do it. So you're going to need to be a little more strategic. The more specific the job is that you want in sports. If you want to be an in-game reporter, say, you're going to need to get some experience. You're not going to just land that job for the Las Vegas Raiders. But it's definitely looking at the larger picture of what people want in an employee. Are you responsible? Are you disciplined? Do you come through? Are you on time? Do you work hard? Do you not complain? Are you okay with having weird hours and working holidays? If those are all there, there's a basic foundation that if those are there, you can absolutely transfer your skills into sports. But the biggest thing, and Celeste is always talking about this, network, 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 because so much of how you get that job in sports is about who you know. So, Skylar, thank you so much for sending in the question. If you have a question for us, we're happy to answer it on Biz Rizz.
Rizz.
See you next time.